Hello, everyone. Here we are, New Year's Eve day, and it's been quite a challenging year, and I expect it will continue into 2021. However, being Zen meditators, you have all of the necessary skills to deal with all these challenges. Today, we're going to guide you through a couple of exercises on forgiveness. I'm going to do that, and Roshis Shinko will talk about gratitude.
Don't say it.
And she'll talk about something.
Just surprised.
Yeah. So I ran across a quote recently from Oscar Wilde, who was an Irish author of the last century. And he said there are only two tragedies in life. One is getting what you want. One is not getting what you want, and the other is getting it. Now, I have to reflect on that for a minute, but let me mention a quote from Uman, Master Uman, which is in the Blue Cliff Record, case 2086. He said, "Nothing is better than something." Actually, he said, "Nothing is better than something good." I mean, that's really taking it to another extreme. So how could that be? So, and you know the famous saying, be careful what you pray for you might get what you want. So the purpose of these exercises is looking at the something that we have or that we want, and is it really going to fulfill whatever we feel in our heart that we need in order to become more complete, more whole, more kind, more loving. And in the area of forgiveness, it simply means that we're not allowing ourselves to be free to learn from the past without dragging the past into the present. So that's something that we're hanging on to. And nothing would be better. It doesn't mean that the past events were okay or that we need to forget that they happened. The problem with holding on to the past is it makes it difficult to make any changes in the present. We're all controlled by the things we do, the things that we do not forgive. Forgiving is getting past the discussion of who's right and who's wrong, who's to blame and who isn't. Forgiveness is non-reactive presence, moment by moment. That's what Eckhart Tolle said. Forgiveness is non-reactive presence, moment by moment. So to practice forgiveness meditation, we're going to do a couple of forgiveness meditations. So you need to sit comfortably and allow your breath to be natural and easy. And let your body and mind relax. And we're going to breathe gently into the area of the heart, which we've practiced here quite often. And let yourself feel all the barriers you've erected and the emotions you've carried because you've not forgiven. And we're going to do exercises in three areas. One is to ask for forgiveness of those that we have betrayed or harmed or abandoned in some way. And then to ask forgiveness for ourselves because we abandon ourselves also. And then to give forgiveness to those who have transgressed our boundaries. So So keep breathing softly and extending forgiveness. And I'm going to give you some words that you can reflect on while you're meditating. And images and feelings will come up. And as you reflect on these words, your feelings and images may go deeper. So forgiveness of others. There are many ways that I've hurt and harmed others, have betrayed or abandoned them, caused them suffering knowingly or unknowingly, out of my pain, fear, anger, and confusion. So there are many ways that I've hurt and harmed others, have betrayed or abandoned them, causing them suffering knowingly or unknowingly, out of my pain, fear, anger, and confusion. Let yourself remember and visualize ways you've hurt others and see and feel the discomfort you've caused out of your own fear and confusion, and feel your own sorrow and regret. Sense that finally you can release this burden and ask for forgiveness. And if something comes up, then to the person in your mind, repeat, I ask for your forgiveness. I ask for your forgiveness. And spend a few minutes reflecting on that. Ways that I've hurt and harmed others due to my own pain, fear, anger, and confusion. I ask for your forgiveness. To those that I have hurt and betrayed due to my pain, fear, anger, and confusion, I ask for your forgiveness. Okay. Now we'll look at forgiveness for oneself. There are many ways that I have hurt and harmed myself. I have betrayed or abandoned myself many times through thought, word, or deed, knowingly or unknowingly. So feel your own precious body and life, and let yourself see the ways you've hurt or harmed yourself. Feel the sorrow that you have carried from this, and sense that you can release these burdens. Extend forgiveness for each of them one by one. Repeat to yourself, for the ways I have hurt myself through action or inaction, out of fear, pain, and confusion, I now extend the full and heartfelt forgiveness. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. There are many ways that I have hurt and harmed myself. I've betrayed or abandoned myself many times through thought, word, or deed, knowingly or unknowingly. Now I extend a full and heartfelt forgiveness. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. So let's meditate on that for a few more minutes. Forgiving oneself. For the ways I've hurt myself through action or inaction out of fear, pain, and confusion, I now extend a full and heartfelt forgiveness. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. Okay, let's move on to the next, which is forgiveness for those who have hurt or harmed me. There are many ways that I've been harmed by others, abused or abandoned, knowingly or unknowingly, in thought, word, or deed. Let yourself picture and remember these many ways. Feel the sorrow you have carried from this past and sense that you can release this burden of pain by extending forgiveness when your heart is ready. Now say to yourself, I now remember the many ways others have hurt or harmed me, wounded me out of fear, pain, confusion, and anger. I have carried this pain in my heart for too long. To the extent that I'm ready, I offer them forgiveness. To those who have caused me harm, I offer my forgiveness. I forgive you. And only take this as far as your body and your presence allow you to. There are many ways others have hurt or harmed me, wounded me out of fear, pain, confusion, and anger. I've carried this pain in my heart for too long. To the extent that I am ready, I offer them forgiveness. To those who have caused me harm, I offer forgiveness. I forgive you. We'll meditate on this for a few minutes. As you do this practice, you might feel a release in your heart, but for some great pains, you may not feel a release, but only the burden and anguish or anger that you held. Touch this softly, be forgiving of yourself for not being ready to let go and move on. Forgiveness cannot be forced. It cannot be artificial. But those who have caused me harm, I offer my forgiveness. I forgive you. So you can continue this practice on your own and let the words and images work gradually in their own way. In time, you can make the forgiveness meditation a regular part of your life, letting go of the past and opening your heart to each new moment with a wise, loving kindness. If you're interested in having a copy of the practice, you can just, before the end of the day, or actually after Roshi Shinko gives her part of the presentation, just put your name in the chat box and we can send you the copy of the practice.
So this day of the last of the year, after doing the forgiveness practice, we are ready to do the gratitude practice. So let's open our hearts to receive the energy of gratitude. And it's a guided meditation. So I will just leave a little bit of a space so that you can feel whatever I'm saying, so you can experience it. So let's receive that energy of gratitude. Let's feel that. Zen Master Norman Fisher said that a lack of gratitude means that we are taking our existence for granted, that we are taking our life for granted, that we take our life as a given. And then we might complain that it isn't working out the way we planned. He says that we should ask ourselves, why should I be here in the first place? Why should I be here in the first place? Why should I exist at all? When we see ourselves and everyone else as separate individuals with needs to be fulfilled, we can become overwhelmed by our unfulfilled needs. Gratitude is an antidote to greed. Antidote to greed. Greed often comes from a sense of not having enough, or at least not having as much as everyone else's. When we practice gratitude, we feel that what we have is enough, plenty. Jealousy, regret, shame, resentment, greed, guilt, anger, and many other not so expansive emotions cannot coexist with gratitude. Gratitude is very expansive. When we open our hearts to gratitude, we experience the world as a place of belonging and connection. The world as a place of belonging and connection. A heart mind of gratitude is a peaceful and content heart mind. Norman Fisher puts it this way. We are sitting with Buddha's heart. In other words, your heart is Buddha's heart. We are sitting with Buddha's heart. Releasing ourselves to that aspect of ourselves that deeply belongs to the universe and is grateful for it. Let's begin the practice of gratitude by feeling how year after year we have cared for our own life. year after year, we have been able to care for our own life. And we are grateful. We are grateful for all the support that we have had in this care. With gratitude, I remember the people, animals, plants, insects, creatures of the sky and sea, air and water, fire and earth. With gratitude, I remember the care and labor of 1,000 generations of elders and ancestors who came before me. I offer my gratitude for the blessing of this earth I have been given. I offer my gratitude for the measure of health I have been given. I offer my gratitude for the family and friends I have been given. I offer my gratitude for the community I have been given. I offer my gratitude for the teachings and lessons I have been given. I offer my gratitude for the life I have been given. As we are grateful for our blessings, we are grateful for the blessings of others. Now we can connect with the energy of unconditional gratitude, not based on any conditions, just unconditional gratitude, very expansive gratitude. Unconditional gratitude is to open our heart to the immeasurable wisdom of the universe, of the cosmos. Consider unconditional gratitude to be an inseparable part of your practice for 2021.